Y'all, it's time for good old ancestor messages again. Your ancestors got something to say about your love life. It looks like they are highly invested in your relationship and your love life during this time. They have someone in mind that they want for you. Okay. Hold on. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Your heart is wide open. If you've been feeling, a lot lighter, like open to love, just kind of like open in general to getting to know new people, getting back out there, giving new people a chance. That's what I'm hearing. If you've been feeling like that, this is a strong confirmation that the delays are over. Okay. The delays are over. So either you figured out something about you, or you figured out some type of secret, something that was blocking you was removed. But only you can remove this, because when you have to be the one that wants to see the truth. Okay, so you chose to see the truth. Some type of truth was exposed to you, some type of realization, and you're not running from this. If you used to be a runner, where you ran from intimacy, you ran from love, you're not running anymore. Like, you are about that life right now. And so they want you to know that not only is your career and your career, your business, your finances about to increase, okay, some type of promotion. You're being promoted to the next level in your life. And in this new season, it also comes with love. It's like a package deal. That's what they're saying. Okay. You are very attractive during this season. And I'm not just talking about looks. I'm talking about you're magnetic. Spiritually magnetic. You called this in. All right. Your soul called this in. Your heart called this in. And you casted the net far outside of your comfort zone. And that's what your ancestors wanted you to do. Be open to trying new flavors. Be open to dating outside of your norm. Cast the net wide. Don't put any limitations on yourself. See where that takes you. And you were obedient. There's something about obedience here. Okay. And because someone feels like you are rare, something about your spiritual value is very rare. Yeah, like I saw the bird on his shoulder. So it's like a little birdie told me, you know what I'm saying? A little ancestor told me. You received a message. Someone could have thought like the connection between you and them was strictly sexual and not really serious, or not really more than something just sexual. But yeah, you make someone want to pursue you. This is saying that someone wants to pursue you, write a new story. Someone is really happy that they met you. Yes, they are attracted to you, but they're not going to love bomb you and be possessive over you and treat you like a Maserati that they just got off the parking lot. No, This is someone that is ready to make you feel secure, make you feel safe, make you feel respected. They don't want to give you any reason to run away from what they got for what they got for you. All right, so let's see what messages your ancestors. I told you. Look what came out. New love. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic interest. And you didn't orchestrate this. And so when you were doing it your way, that's why none of the relationships worked. Because you were getting in your own way. Yeah, reconciliation in reverse. This connection, this new connection that's coming into your life is going to cut out all the other options that may be trying to resurface in your life or we're trying to come back around. They're not going to be able to come back around. They weren't the ones. They're definitely not the one that's going to get on one knee. They're definitely not the one that God has for you. A higher power, your ancestors are saying no. They want only the best for you. So when you see potential, that's you working off your own strength. But when something is God ordained or brought to you by an ancestor, they're able to see qualities that you can't see with your physical eyes. It's going to require spiritual eyes. Okay, so they constantly had to expose a person's true intentions. And so every time you felt like you got excited about someone that you met and you were attracted to them and whatever, you felt like, damn, why is it that every time I find myself liking this person, some type of fuck shit gets exposed and now all of a sudden I gotta let them go? Well, the reason why it got exposed is because your ancestors were saying no. Red flag. You were turning red flags into green flags when you look for potential. And so to help you out and get you out of your own way, they had to take matters into their own hands. Because someone was just trying to, what they call it, like a factory? Like use you like a factory? What's that word? Because farms where cattle is they raise the cattle that they consume. And once you on a farm, you're essentially property that serves a useful purpose, but you're no more than a plus one or a extra resource. Okay? So instead of having one horse, you got 3 horses or 2 horses. And anytime you need to go on your farm and ride one, you can ride one. And so they made sure you didn't find yourself with some past life. It's given past life soulmate where you would feel like, damn, why do I feel like I know this person? Why do I feel such a strong attraction to them? You sense a strong familiar attraction to them because you knew them in a past life. But in a past life, you guys would have had karma to work out in this lifetime. So your ancestors are guiding you to a connection where there's no karma to learn. Okay, at all. If you did have karmic patterns to work on, you would have worked on it with other people. Not with each other. Trying to settle for a farm life. You're like, at this point, just give me an old country bumpkin. I don't mind because I can't take no more disappointments. You're about to give up on yourself. They're like, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing that? And you're like, because every time I think something good is coming towards me, I gotta let it go. It ends up being nothing more than a person that just wants you for your body or wants you for your energy, wants you for your love. And you don't deserve that. Alright, ancestors, tell me more about this new love. Because clearly they only want you focused on this new love. And they only want you talking to this new love about the positive in your life. So no more bringing up all the things that your exes did to you in your past relationships and trauma bonding with this new person. They're giving you a very, very specific message. Do not trauma bond with this new person. Only speak about the positive things in your life. Only speak about the things that you are happy about. Okay. Yeah, those relationships may have made you stronger, but don't give all the credit to the person that did wrong that you had to survive. Don't give all the credit to that person. Okay, you put in the work. You did the routine. You changed your lifestyle. You changed your eating habits. You changed your mind. You went back to school. You kept your mind focused on in your studies. You became a practical person, even though you may have been impulsive at one point in your life. You may have been hot-headed at one point in your life. But who you are today is the reason why you're ready. Who you have become is why you're attracting this new lover. That took discipline. Developing character takes discipline. It's not easy. Not everybody can do it. Not everybody will do it. Some will attempt and many will fail. Okay? So give the credit to you. I want to thank me for being me. That's the type of confidence and resilience and recognition that they want to give to yourself. Not by the circumstances, the situation, or the struggle, but by how you were willing to remain vigilant yet patient. All right? Because the strength card is about duality. See the white and black stripes that represent yin and yang energy. So yeah, so when they ask you, so what did you do when you felt the need to, indulge in certain human desires? I found an activity that I enjoy doing. And I poured all of my love into that. So you were given outlets. Don't discredit your outlets on how you were able to give purpose to your life experiences, but more importantly, how you were able to maintain a consistency within yourself before you can show it for anyone else. That's where they want you to focus on. They want you to highlight that. If you struggle with finding something positive to say outside of just talking about life shit that you've endured and how you've overcame, that may be a part of your story, but that's not what made you. Okay? That's not what made you. I'm telling you, the days of you carrying burdens for other people and yourself and having to be hard and having to be strong for everyone, your strength is how you balance yourself. Your real strength is how you learn how to discern with what battles are yours and what battles are not yours. That's where your strength is coming from. Okay? How to fortify yourself, how to discern what situations deserve your attention and what doesn't. Those are qualities that a lot of people value. This person is going to value that about you. Not many people are keen or have keen eyesight to be able to see those things and to wield their strength in the spirit like that, with their own spirit and their own character. So the fact that you've done that type of work on yourself, oh, you high value. Your ancestors are saying, do you not know how high value you are? You got people still out here praying for strength. Praying for strength. So they can go through their pilgrimage. So they can go through their life experiences that helped them see that they were strong, that they already had the strength inside of them, the courage inside of them. Spirit wants you to know that the strength and courage that you were looking for to overcome your life circumstances, you didn't overcome it because the situation made you into it. You overcame it because the situation helped you discover what was already there. The heart, the lion's heart was already inside of you. The beast that needed to be awakened was already within you. The situation just helped it awaken. So don't ever discredit that you didn't have the ingredient and that the situation had to help you develop it. No. The life situation turned it on. Oh my goodness. You deserve this. Girl, you worth it. And you deserve it. Yeah, you earned it. You earned this shit, the world. There's also something here about someone asking you questions along the lines of, like, are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Like, trying, like, categorize you. And I don't think they're doing it in a malicious way. No. What it's saying is you may find yourself creating profiles or going to places that you don't really normally go. Because with the Hermit energy in the World card, this is saying someone like you typically isn't in these type of environments. Someone of your value typically is not on these types of platforms, websites, and so forth. Okay? And so this is like a common question. What brought you here? This person's not interviewing you, but this is your moment to highlight yourself. Okay? Without making yourself look like you are someone that is seeking something. Just because you're in the right place at the right time don't mean you're looking for something. That's not your intention. You're just obedient. And sometimes that's the word in itself. I'm obedient. When my intuition tells me it's time to go, I go. I'm not in strife. What that shows a counterpart is that you're not in strife with your own masculine and feminine energy. That you're not struggling to listen to your intuition and to know what's for you and what's not for you. And knowing when to start and stop. You have something outside of yourself that can check you. That can tell you, okay, did you consider this fact? Did you consider that? And typically, codependent relationships require their partner to tell them that. But when God takes you through this type of journey, it's because God is preparing you to have the type of relationship where you know how to check yourself. Your partner knows how to check themselves. See what I'm saying? Because you're divinely guided. So it's not a chip on your shoulder. So people that want to use you will accuse you of having a chip on your shoulder. They would accuse you of not being flexible or being too stuck up or too quiet, not exciting. when your energy has to get all excited to the point where you're flipping and dipping and having to entertain your spouse, in that type of connection, it may work for them because that's what their relationship needs to help them fulfill their life purpose. This type of message is for those of you where you're meant to live a soft life after having a very hard, strenuous lifestyle. Okay? A struggling, burdensome lifestyle. You've been there, you've done that. So I'm not downplaying any of the relationships where they're extremely intimate, entertaining, and comedian. Like there are two comedian relationships. Those serve a purpose, right? Especially in the type of connections that they need for each other to help them fulfill their life mission. Your life mission is a little bit different. It's like God wants you to be an ambassador for this spiritual journey that you walk through. Wants you to be the ambassador, wants you to be the role model. It's given very role model. The humble role model with the Hermit card. To show the world what peace brought you. You know what I'm saying? What the path of releasing your burdens looks like, and what comes with that reward. What type of life can be potentially cultivated from being virtuous, right? From choosing to lay your burdens down at the door. Okay? And then healing to a point where you are confident in your decision and your goals and the path that you're on, to where you don't feel like you need to reconcile and go back to certain connections. There are some people that are meant to reconcile and get back with certain people. But for whoever this message is for, that door is closed. Which means you guys may be done completely incarnating, where you're not coming back to Earth. Okay? You done play all levels of the game. And now you're meant to live out the rest of your days tending to something that you've already started. It's saying that you've already started something. You've already been working on something. You're going to have a very active soft life. This is giving soft life. This is not something that you can teach with writing in reverse. You can't give nobody this blueprint. You can't tell nobody how it's done. This is the type of journey that only God can walk you through. Only your ancestors can walk you through. Only your angels can take you through this path. You can model the outcome for the world, right? Of what giving up these things can offer you. But you can never really tell a person how it's done. Because I can guarantee you, what made you strong, someone else's story would be a little bit different. It's going to require a little bit of a different formula. You tried a couple times to write it yourself or make it happen yourself, and it didn't work out quite well, did it? It didn't work out quite well. You tried to scribe your own love story, and it ain't pan out like that. But this right here, two people were brought together, and y'all finding each other based off your obedience. That's what I'm hearing. And even though y'all are attracted to each other, you guys are not going to lead lust. You're not going to lead a lust driven connection. You won't do it. So Spirit wants you to know, yeah, this person's attracted to you, but the right one is not going to approach you in a sexual manner. They're not going to lust after you. They're not going to cling to you in that type of way. Like, oh, I gotta have you. I'm like burning and itching inside because I gotta have you. So you will have the past coming back around to test you. But before the past comes back around to test you, you would have already met the new person. Something about you will have the opportunity to be able to compare both characteristics at the same damn time. Which means the new person will come in. You guys will either be getting to know each other. And then while you're getting to know that person, this past person comes back around. And now all of a sudden, they miss you. Some of them, they miss you. All of a sudden, whatever they were rejecting you for, it's like whatever reasons they were initially rejecting you or not wanting to deal with you, now all of a sudden they're ready to put that behind them. They miss you. Because it seems like somebody was, and that's one person, and then you got another person. King of Cups, you got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, strong Virgo. All fixed signs are here. It's like, I miss you. You're going to get I miss you text. Now, mind you, this person that's coming back around, they walked away from you last. For whatever reason. They walked away from you. They put up walls to protect themselves from you. And they're going to tell you, I can't breathe with me. So much love you take from me. I'm going out of my mind. And they want to be with you. And they want y'all to start communicating. Start talking slow. Okay? Texting. Can we start over? Can we get to know each other? Ace of Wands. And I feel like this person is going to desire you, but they're going to take initiative to be more intentional with their consistency and how they communicate. Remind you, this is a page. This is starting back at one. And we started back at one. Yeah. It's so unbelievable. So that's one energy. And it seems like this person comes right when you have an opportunity. Right when you're getting to know someone. Brand spanking new. And I think this person is coming in to test your judgment. If you're unable to walk away from them emotionally. Like you finally walk away from someone that had you in a little chokehold, you know? Possibly waiting for them to return. And you finally decide that you're done delaying yourself. You're ready to move on and get serious. And that's all your ancestors needed to know. You're moving forward. You're moving onward and forward. I see you within the next 30 days of whenever you meet this new person. You got the connection is moving at a rapid rate. And typically, I'm talking to my runners here. Typically, you run when things get serious. You aren't running. Okay, you are not running. And you're going to be extremely shocked at how much this person prioritizes you. The way that they treat you like you deserve. And it's like all your other past connections didn't treat you this way. All your other past connections probably had sex with you really fast. They could see themselves enjoying themselves with you, but they never really could. They never really took initiative. You may have found yourself having to remind them, like, they may have gotten complacent or they didn't prioritize you like they do their car. You know a person when they care, the way they care about their car, whether it's checking the mileages or upkeeping on the maintenance. That is one thing, that's one vehicle where she does not get neglected, is a vehicle. That's one thing that does not get neglected in a man's world, is their vehicle. I don't care if it's even refinancing it for a better price or trading it in for something better. They prioritize that. You don't have to tell them to change the oil. You don't have to tell them to upkeep the maintenance. But when it comes to you, your past connections did not treat you as well as they treat their vehicle. The very object that helps them continue to attract other women or attract more money, status, fame, recognition. These are the people that once they had you, the value for the car depreciates. Once they experience you, the way they were so excited for you depreciates. And then you start to realize that you're nothing more than a sexual fantasy object. And then when your intuition is telling you that you're settling or that you deserve better, you find yourself having to have the talk where you're like, hey, listen, I deserve to be taken out in the daylight. I deserve to be treated like this. I deserve to be treated like that. That's a conversation you should never have to have with a man. If they are having that conversation with you, they think they can do better. They can refinance. It just hurts their ego if you happen to leave them first. And it's harder for you as well to accept walking away if you feel like you didn't give them the opportunity to show you what they were capable of. They be banking on you doubting whether or not you gave them a full opportunity. Even if the moment that you have to tell them that, they do. Your intuition was accurate. That's what your ancestors want you to know. If you've ever had to have that talk with someone where you're telling them that their communication sucks, or you're telling them that they didn't prioritize you or they forgot this, and then they're saying to you, oh, you just got to remind me. I just be having a lot of things to do. You don't have to remind them to keep up with their credit. You don't have to remind them to keep up with their vehicle. So why should you have to remind them to appreciate just the bare minimum? Appreciate you the same way. No, your ancestors are saying, They're supposed to appreciate you better than their car. They're supposed to value you better than the things that they prioritize. And if they haven't, they weren't the one. This new lover that you are meeting or you're about to meet within the next 30 days, you're not going to have to tell them to do a motherfucking thing. I don't care. Communication, you're not going to have to tell them. Dates and taking you out, not going to have to tell them. All right. How to properly propose, not going to have to tell them. How to prioritize you and make you so that you know you are valued and appreciated and respected and revered. Not going to have to do it. You're just not going to have to do it. And it's going to blow you away. Blow you away. You're going to slam every door before this person so shut. I see you changing your number, your geographic, your location. I mean, you icing everything. Like, you locking that door. This connection, you lock that door. I'm gone. Okay? So these past connections don't want you to have this. But they still have to come in. 3 of Swords. Okay? They have to come in for closure's sake. You don't still love me no more? You don't still have feelings for me no more? Some way, somehow, the news gets to them. And at the very least, if they can't have you, they want to disrupt your peace to put you in this frequency where you're having to talk at people. Because they become convinced that the reason why you're even attracted to something so good is because you've been too peaceful. And so when you have to become a bitch, they hoping that the person that's dating you or talking to you become like turned off by you. That's their plan. They trying to rub off their bad juju on you. But it's already done. The connection has already been made. See, this would only work if you were at the phase where you're waiting for your ships to come in. What this is saying is that your ships are already here. Someone has already experienced your good nature, your positive vibe. You're already unforgettable. Okay? When this person is sitting daydreaming, they thinking about you, a little birdie, your ancestors over there saying, whispering in this person's ears. And so any negative outside influence, this person's going to be like, do it look like I care whatever the hell you trying to say about this person? You can't. The sunflower, the feelings are mutual. You can't, because this person listens to God, whatever they call it, spirit, God, whatever. Can't no other person tell them and come and tell them about their feelings. Because they know if God put something in their life, it's meant to be. All things are working for their good. So of course, they're not going to let just anyone come up in a reality and tell them what the fuck is supposed to be. They're not going to do that. They're too spiritually strapped for that. But of course, drama gonna always rear its ugly head when you got good stuff coming to you. And that's a fact. So we're gonna end it right there. I got my eye on you. You left your mark on me. I want your high love and devotion endlessly. 'Cause you're a good girl and you know it. Dun, dun, dun. You act so different around me. This person gonna be saying, I don't know how she was with y'all, but the way she is with me, that's all that matters. They're gonna be trying to come in and tell them, oh, you don't know, collective, you don't know. Listen, I don't know how that's a you thing, right? Maybe you disrupt her peace. Maybe you irritate. Maybe your demons irritated her. But I got mine in check. Okay. This is attractive. You hear me? Attractive. They gonna do their research. And like I said, they don't get their research from social media or from Google. They get their research from the Most High. And then they wait. And shit just work out ever so effortlessly. So, yes. That's all the messages I got for you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.